web needs to be socially relevant. So whether it was the Christmas e-cards we launched the company with way back in 1999, or kind of the political satire This Land in 2004 that really kind of catapulted the brand, to the 13 satires that we've done since then, premiering on The Tonight Show and driving big audiences. Social relevance in our programming is the key to our programming. And we've pretty much had an unparalleled track record for creating hits. So if you look at the top 10 videos on YouTube, the average of the top 10 videos in a month will be about 3.5 million streams. We've consistently produced content that delivers bigger numbers than that. But that's great from a brand perspective, but from a monetization perspective, who cares, right? I mean, you take 3.5 million streams, you throw a $20 CPM on it, if you're lucky, you get $70,000, which isn't enough to cover kind of high quality produced content. So about 2.5 years ago, we stepped back and said, how do we get out of the business of producing one movie that does 5 million streams and 1,000 movies that can do 500 streams each? And what that would require was, finding that, scalable social relevance. And so while we were able to hit mass market with these big satires, they had very, very short shelf lives, and they were all tied to the calendar at the same time. So how do we get out of the business of producing hits and scale it? We looked at life events, things where there's big relevance that we can tie programming stories around, and saw that e-cards for American Greetings is an $85 million a year business, that the offline greetings industry is an $8 billion industry. When you think about the way people are connecting and expressing themselves, we think this is a market poised for some big disruption. So 2.5 years ago, we retooled our value proposition to say, instead of just making things that make people laugh, we're going to create tools and programming that help our audience be funny. And the reason I show this is because it's the filter that we run all of our big decisions through, and especially the one that we ran, the decision of whether or not to integrate Facebook Connect into the site. But when we shed our thinking about, and it is a scary step to say, I don't own my customer, I don't own that email address. It's an emotional thing. But when we lined up the value that we would get from Connect versus owning the customer direct, it was obvious from the user, authenticated demographics, friends lists, user photos, friends' birthday data. All of these things allowed us to create a much better experience for our users. And we dove in. We did a complete site transformation. My team did over the past 3 months. And the first point of integration is registration. So rather than getting people to fill out long forms with lots of data, we made it simple. One button. If you want to sign up directly with us now, look at that. I think it's an 8-point link in gray text. We make it very hard because of the value we get from people who do connect. Since we've integrated this at the registration point, my team has doubled our conversion rate of people who actually register who hit this screen. The second big integration point for us was photos. They're the raw materials of our videos. So you used to need a photo on your desktop to be able to create a video. Well, now we give users direct access to it right in the widget on our site. This is integrated in Flex. The ability to access not only their own photos on the site, but also photos of their friends. So if your friend's having a birthday, you can pull up their photo. You can pull it right into our content creation tool set, and actually, there's our Soul Train video, little afro, and kind of make a video. So this has been really successful for us. Now the videos, the next piece of Connect for us was the publishing piece. So if you'll look, we actually expose, the primary exposure for sharing is Facebook. We've actually hidden the email functionality behind a tab. I'll tell you why in a minute, but you'll notice we give people the ability to either publish to their own feed or to publish into a specific friend's feed, because it may be something you've made that you want to share with everyone, or maybe something very specific for another user. And the feed has been incredibly viral for us. So in the past, pre-Connect, we used to see about 3 recipients on average for every email share. Today we're seeing, for every post into the feed, we're seeing 20 clicks back to JibJab.com. So close to 7xing the recipients per share has been enormously valuable for us. The next piece of Connect that we've integrated into the site is commenting. So you can see here, we have no JibJab.com owned commenting system. We've integrated comments right into the site because we get the benefit of more distribution and more clickback into the experience. And then finally, it's just data. For us, birthday data is critical. We have a very, very nice e-card business that's a premium product, and the more we can surface and create intent for our users that they know their friends are having a birthday, the better we're able to monetize that intent. So we've seen a nice lift in our birthday business thanks to integration throughout the whole site of birthday data. And while we use birthday data, all of the other data that's users have in their profiles, I imagine, has lots of use cases. So that's the JibJab Connect integration. I invite you to check it out. My team is watching this live, so thank you guys for giving me the product that's worthy enough to be up here talking about. And then keep an eye out. We've got some really neat new personalization technology coming for Halloween in a couple of weeks. And then Christmas, we do Elf Yourself, 55 million visits this year. We're going to be deeply Connect integrated, and we're going to do some really big numbers this year, thanks to Facebook and the Connect functionality. So I appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of the conference.